A new play, which is exploring the history of social housing and the events of the Grenfell Tower fire, will be performed in Ladbroke Grove, close to the tower itself. The show's creators have worked with and based characters on young people and residents who lost friends and family in the fire. Here to tell us a little bit more about the burning tower is the show's writer Helena Thompson. Before we chat though, let's have a look at what you can expect.
It's a show about social housing, it's a show about heritage. Estates through ages, all we share, show to show we really care. It's a show for all our neighbours, it's a show to make new friends. It's a show from all good places, it's a show to make amends. This show's for real, what this show rocks. It's from the street, the show's the shock. To all the country, spread the word, give all voices, get voices heard.
How important was it, Helena, to get the support of the local community and get the involvement of the local community in creating this work?
It was extremely important. We always work closely with the local community. Their experiences ripple throughout the text. We shaped our characters on the people we work with, and we have a close connection with the people from Grenfell and with residents of council estates throughout North Kensington.
Tell us what surprised you about the process of putting this together.
I am constantly surprised by the dignity and love and power of communities in and around Grenfell. I think the heart, which is their symbol, shows perfectly the solidarity and the closeness that those people feel for each other.
And some members of those community are part of the production as well, aren't they? Tell us about how it is having their involvement and presumably how important it is for them to have the piece feel so authentic.
I think authentic is the word. I think that's why it's such a big part of our approach. What we tend to do is to take grassroots, local people and pay them alongside professionals. We believe that that's advocacy and it's the best way of getting estate voices heard.
Presumably it's also a good way of encouraging underrepresented communities into the theatre.
That's exactly right. We find there's a big demand for these people. They're very talented. They go on to get a lot of other work, and the realness of their experiences is felt by our audiences. There's a real connection that you get. The show doesn't happen on stage, it happens all around you, and the space really comes to life.
You've mentioned the audiences there. You've been touring the country, Tyneside, Nottingham, Birmingham. Tell us what the response has been from the audiences along the way.
The response has been fantastic. It's been so encouraging to see people laughing and crying and listening. Really, the play is about listening. It's about sharing the experiences and understanding that the things people went through at Grenfell are still being felt and need to be heard.
You are, of course, trying to get non-traditional theatre audiences as well, though, aren't you? Because one of the issues of often with theatre that represents these big, important issues is that they're just playing to a sort of middle-class audience. Tell us about getting people in and how you're trying to approach people who might not traditionally want to go to the theatre.
We love to get non-traditional theatre goers. We truly believe that the best type of theatre is theatre that works in council estate community spaces. That's why we make such high quality, low tech, tourable, cheap theatre. It's the way it always should be. It should be of the people and the people should be involved. So that's our ethos. And
tell us a little bit about the story, because of course it's got great ideals behind it, but you've got to have a good story, you've got to have a good tale to tell to keep people interested. Tell us a little bit about what people expect from the play.
The play is based on the people we work with. When you come to our community space, you meet two girls, and they are from our Living History programme, and they are telling you the history of social housing because they've researched it. It turns out that one of those girls is a Grenfell survivor, and as she goes on, she finds it harder and harder. You are asked to help her in telling her story and to get involved and to create a sense of community that will support her and show her that she can be listened to.
Helena Thompson, thank you so much for coming and sharing us more about that production, which is called The Burning Tower. It will be on at the Kensal House Community Rooms in Ladbroke Grove until the 6th of October.